the capoeira slides. What the hell? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're here with another reaction to Daredevil Born Again. We're on season 2, episode 2, which is called Shoot the Moon. So last episode, we just kind of got a bearings on where things are under this new regime of Fisk. Things are seemingly on the surface going well, but underneath, the crime's at an all-time high, and we've got Matt and a very, very tiny task force at the moment doing their best to disrupt and figure out a way to take Fisk down, but it's kind of going very slowly at the moment. And the main things we took away from last episode is we have a new person involved in the mix, and that's Mr. Charles. He seems to be someone who's going to be an interesting player in Fisk's world. And Karen is back in full swing, working along with Matt. We found out that BB is working as an insider for Karen and Matt to get information about Fisk. So far, Fisk hasn't figured out that she's the mole, or actually by extension, his deputy mayor. And then we ended the episode with Matt almost getting discovered by the task force, but out of nowhere, Bullseye came to the rescue quite literally. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see where we're gonna go in this episode. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm ready to jump in. Let's do so. Just before I do, a reminder to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Okay, Cherry's still alive. That is the first step. Let's hope they don't come for him at the hospital, though. So, Matt, what did we learn? We need to deal with our PTSD so we don't freeze up at critical moments in the future? Oh, and he carved it just so Matt would know what's on it.
Can I help you?
Man can't just stand introspectively in a church anymore?
There a nun who works here? Sister Maggie, I think.
Yes, she's on a sabbatical year in Rome.
How do you know about Maggie?
Body! Time!
What did he even do?
Daredevil got away. Apparently, someone is helping him. Someone with very good aim.
Mm-hmm.
Poindexter.
And he could get you anytime, anywhere.
I thought you were tougher than that. Maybe you should.
I don't know why you opened your stupid ass mouth. I hope he had you put in the hospital for that, because why the hell, when that man was already lifting your body with them shots when he was playing, you gonna sit there and taunt him?
Could have killed me. Same as the task force.
Yeah, but he didn't. So what is that? Just more of his insanity, or does he have a reason?
Killing task force only
I
helps
mean,
Fisk.
I was gonna say, you know, Bullseye crazy, but he's not crazy without purpose.
I don't give a shit. He killed Foggy.
That part.
Those task force psychos put a bullet in his head.
Karen, that's not helpful.
I imagine you feel the same.
Does he? That's not big on the killing, despite everything. He likes to beat you to death multiple times. Or I should say to the point of death. I got my boots on the ground. Ma'am, you need to just close your restaurant. They're gonna shake you down daily.
I want to quash this idiocy, not stoke it.
Oh, he's getting smarter.
It's an easy sell as enemy of the people.
Matt humanizes him.
A blind man who saved my life.
Right?
I don't think so.
Dummy.
He risked his life to save mine. Only to be targeted by the same vigilantes that threaten.
Get the
our way
public
of
to
life.
look for Matt, too. Good move. Not gonna lie. I mean, Matt does literally nothing to cover his face.
Let's bring
so.
this hero home.
D'Onofrio is so good at making a face that's so punchable.
The bulletin, the other majors, they're not picking it up. I don't think we should give it any oxygen.
Who else had access to this footage?
I don't know anyone with the internet.
But let's be honest, this is not just bad PR, and it's coming from inside this building.
Track the ads, dark web.
It's just a leak. Find it, plug it, and we move on. It's gonna
Okay, you do it then.
I really do respect your advice.
Bullshit.
that, Papa. Just try and take it once in a while.
Oh, look at you all, partners in slime.
Support vigilantes searching for Matt Murdock and all the people who hate them searching for Daredevil.
Yeah, well, you're wanted by both sides now.
I hate to say it, Maddie. You got that degree in that big brain, and this guy is walking circles around you.
That guy took a shot at you with 30 of us in the room. The only reason that you're sitting there is because that prick lawyer.
You're not much of a politician, are you, Powell?
He does not much of a human. Just a walking pile of crap.
Same with Daredevil.
Your dedication is impressive.
Y'all want to make out now or what?
I got a couple other things too. I'll put Matt Murdock in this office. And I'll put Daredevil's head on a fucking spike.
Okay. Sure. I love the overconfidence. Keep it up, please.
I'm owed some get back, brother. How many people died in that asshole lawyer's place?
7.
7. Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, welcome back, brother.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's get to work, man.
All right.
Hey, if Castle has to finish cleaning up, it is what it is. You had a chance, and you decide to squander it. Let's go bully a man who just had a heart attack because we're tough.
The fuck is this, Jurassic Park?
Visiting an old friend.
Nice
Like,
vest.
you're not even gonna live long enough to get old.
Underwear on the outside too. We'll be here. You bringing the pizza, or should we still have Roxanne do it?
Fucking
Run along, bitches. Because if you did not have illegal means backing your asses up, y'all would be 6 feet under and you know it.
Oh, yeah, I remember McDaniel. Word is.
Where are we going with this angle?
Fucking kidding. No? That explains a lot. Hey, but don't sweat it. How?
I don't miss you. That's what you get for bullying the elderly. A suit! Okay. I like that more than the ugly tattoo that the actual character has in the comic. Not him leaving them there, just other people need to use the elevator. Who is he going after, though? If he's going after the task force, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cheer on the villain. Looking for someone? Keep chuckling.
He's fucking gone.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Anything else you want to tell us, like if the sun's in the sky?
Without vigilantes, there is no resistance.
Okay. Tell yourself that.
You know, I wanted to get more information before coming to you because
Yeah,
I
you know,
don't.
this person is mocking me.
Oh, and you can't take a little mockery? Of course you can, because you little bitch. Fisk, always have been.
Finding out how inside information is ending up in here is your responsibility.
Kind of your job, but you know, you're not qualified, so.
Do you have any idea where the leak came from?
Got a mirror?
Have you ever been in the same room with Benjamin Poindexter? Not a ballroom. Up close, personal.
You think that's a flex? Because it's not, sis. You're not dead because he didn't need to kill you at the time.
I wouldn't call this a need. More like a well thought out want.
Buck, watch yourself. That girl likes to jump on random dick and it always ends up at the bottom of a river, so. Honestly, someone at some point needs to make a running start and just smack Fisk right upside his bald head.
I believe that I can do more good than just New York.
Sure.
That with all that we have and what we've done, that we're obligated to make global impact.
Okay, try.
How many more worlds do you need to conquer?
Let him try, please. One of the only reasons that Fisk has the success he does is because, you know, he's where he's at. Go globally and see if anyone cares about your bald ass head, sir. You think you tough? There are people going to teach you about tough.
I don't think we have a choice anymore. I gotta get into the port.
No. No, Matt, it's suicide.
There we go.
It's our only shot at Fisk.
All right.
We might not get another.
This is not a plan, but okay.
Come on.
Really?
Look at his shoes. Crocodile shoes. I could hear you squeaking from outside.
I ain't even saying.
Can't say Crocs, huh?
Yo no sé de qué tú estás hablando.
Oh, I think you do.
Hija loca.
Ponlo para atrás.
You think she don't speak Spanish?
Miss, mind your business.
Oh my God, can you just put that back?
Está loca, compañero.
Ay, ay, ay.
Estoy cansado de estos muchachos. Miren lo que hacen.
Yo sé.
Yes, but maybe shooting them is not quite the answer. Not yet.
No es su casa.
Not over booze, not yet.
Todo bien.
They might be heading that direction, but you don't have to be the one to do it. Oh.
Our neighborhood is our business.
Hey!
No.
It's about to get ugly. And all that boy had to do was put the damn bottle back. I'm not saying that this excessive violence is at all right, by the way, but literally doing some shit he didn't have to do in the first. Yeah, exactly, sir. Fisk gonna learn real quick that oppression don't work long term as much as he thinks it does. Just because you enjoy getting your ass beat, other people don't sit there and put up with it forever. But good job, Fisk. What wasn't he saying? Get rid of vigilantes, get rid of the resistance? What? Yeah, her villain origin story is definitely starting.
A self-proclaimed artist murdering innocent people. How do we collectively heal from these horrors?
How do you, ma'am? How do you?
How did you and Mr. Murdoch leave things?
Not well. Before he got shot.
Yeah. AKA, I realized I was being used and I'm still salty. Valid, but the truth.
Is my husband overworking you?
No.
No, I'm just drinking myself to sleep every night because I'm super mentally healthy.
Is something wrong? No. Nothing, right? My gram used to say that's a goose walking over your grave.
Never heard that one. I don't know if he wants to kill Vanessa so much as take out all the things around Fisk. We've gotten little to nothing on Poindexter's mental state or what he's thinking, where he's at.
Hello?
What's going on in this city, sis? As a black woman, you staying in the office late? Not me.
I'll start checking the jails, okay? Oh, that won't work. The task force took her, and people usually disappear when that happens.
Way to panic in front of the girl, but true.
That's it, isn't it? Angela.
She wants that amulet back right now. She like, time to be a hero.
Hard to be a hero these days, huh?
That part. Go and take it, girl. Destiny calling you. I don't really want you out there, though, because from what I can see, I don't think you can fight. I don't know much about that character, though. Does the amulet give you powers or something?
Kako Van, Palms de Mutard, and Hair God's Vert.
Oh, where from?
I mean, I know she's working and why she's got to keep going here, but I just feel like this is dangerous.
I didn't know you could cook.
I can't. But I
Order that
just
in.
Read the directions,
Oh,
did
okay.
what they said.
He said, hello, fresh ad.
I'm glad you like it. Because we got some things to figure out.
I knew this was not a benevolent dinner. Don't let your conscience bother you now, sis. Put the file down and get out. You did that. You did that.
That video, it came from inside the mayor's office. Maybe even off my laptop.
What?
But if you are leaking stuff, anything, stop. It's no game. You could get hurt. We could get hurt.
That part's true.
You're scared of him, aren't you?
Validly so.
Politics is a brutal business, isn't it?
That man squishes heads like tin cans. So yes.
Gallo was a good man.
Shut up.
Didn't always see eye to eye.
Shut up.
What if the rumors are true? About Gallo? About my uncle?
You don't care.
Come on, BB. I mean,
Sis.
look at this.
He don't care.
Life is good.
Yeah, exactly. This is what he cares about.
Sometimes it's better not to know or to ask.
Right.
If you are leaking stuff, just stop, please.
Okay, he actually does care about you, girl, because he is not just coming for your throat. Because he will throw you under the bus, BB. He will throw you under the bus. He'll kick you under it, actually.
Fisk is hunting. Resist. Rebel.
Not the Matrix. I see what you did there.
Rounding up all
The what?
vigilantes.
Just the vigilantes, right? Not kids in convenience stores.
Random people I just don't like.
That part.
The more you rebel, it hurts my feelings.
I love this. Well done. I had a feeling. She's playing with fire, but you gotta do what you gotta do, girl. Vanessa is never getting a good night's sleep until Poindexter out the picture. She know that man coming for her. She know it. But the fact that Vanessa brought up air, does she already know? I'm wondering, is she already pregnant or does she want to get pregnant? You got Poindexter to sign? You're hunting me. Do you?
Love it. Interesting. Blue rose when she was sleeping.
Someplace peaceful.
Where would that place be?
Fisk cannot exist in peace because his mind is torment.
You ever think we'd end up here?
There are worse places.
The comparison between these two couples is interesting.
I hate the feeling of sand between my toes.
See, this is exactly why you're evil. Anybody who don't like sand and Caribbean type things.
Demons.
Thrive. Outside of all this.
You two on an isolated island away from everybody else would be perfect if you must live. Actually, yes. But Fisk would eventually lose it and murder you to death, girl. Just so you know, that man is psychotic. Peace exists up here, not in your surroundings. And he has never been peaceful. Ma'am, can you keep the music down? His super hearing needs to be on at all times, or did you forget that he's a fugitive? Oh, not the perspective, not the ratio change.
Have you surrounded? Come out, or we'll be forced to remove you.
Didn't I just tell you about the music? I was about to say you need to take out those speakers immediately.
Hey. Okay, Karen, do what you gotta do, girl. Ooh, no, not the capoeira slides. What the hell? Damn, Maddie. He's like, guess what? I can't see. Did that blind you? Woo! Yeah, see, this is why I don't take any old job, bitch.
Ken!
Calling her gold government name. I don't think you need to worry about Karen. Karen can actually take care of herself.
What happened?
I have something to show you.
Shows an interesting choice of words.
They're hunting us. Maybe it's time we started hunting them.
Oh, you took a captive? What fun! How's your torture game, Matt? Maybe it's time you brushed up. Karen's definitely down. Karen's had it. She does not have your moral compass. All right, guys. Well, that was episode 2. Things are rolling along. I mean, on the Fisk side of things, I feel like, you know, as with many narcissists, he feels like he's doing really well. He thinks that he's been successful. He's telling himself that this delusion of this fake bubble he's created around New York is actually successful, and that now he should take his skills and bring them to the world over. Which, no thank you, sir. You can keep that right there in Hell's Kitchen or in New York, whatever it is. Nobody else wants it. No one's asking. No one cares, right? You notice that no one else from anywhere else has anything to say about this. They don't want to get involved. They don't like it. They're not praising you. No one's asking you for advice. There's a reason behind that. Yeah. They just don't care enough about New York to get involved, to be perfectly honest. Where are the Avengers when you need them? But anyway, yeah, we see that Fisk is, you know, as I said, he's smelling himself. He thinks that now he needs to, because, you know, in his mind, you know, as it goes with all the villains, he thinks he's the hero. He thinks he's doing all the right things. Everyone just can't see the vision. They don't understand that his way is the only way. So he thinks that, oh, if it worked here, obviously I should go global. Obviously I should take this misery to everybody else. And of course, as unsurprisingly, Vanessa's stroking his ego and other things because she knows that's the way to control a Wilson Fisk. And she talks about heirs, right? You've got all this, imagine you've amassed this empire, but where's it gonna go? You're not immortal, thank God. You are gonna die one day. What's gonna happen when you die? Because you're right now very much a power vacuum if you disappear. And it's interesting because we all know that heir in our world typically means a child, right? A usually blood-related child. I know in some of the comics that Fisk and Vanessa do have a child. I know that if you watch what you call it, Spider-Man the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie, the animated one, in that version, Fisk has a son. Anyway, the point is, I know that it's something that could canonically happen. I mean, I'm gonna be real, I'm surprised. Vanessa seems like she may not be of childbearing age anymore, but with the miracle of science these days, who knows? But anyways, it looks like she's suggesting this either because she wants to try having a child, or we already know she was messing around with that guy from last season, so maybe she already knows that she's pregnant and she's thinking of trying to put it off on Wilson. That would be stupid if she does, if it's the B, because, you know, it's not like my man can't do math. Digressing. Point is, we might hear of a pregnancy, a Vanessa pregnancy, either in this season or if there's future seasons, but we'll see. But interesting that she dropped that in this time period. And maybe that might actually explain why she's so scared. Maybe she is already pregnant. That actually makes more sense, because the other thing with Vanessa is that she is terrified at the moment. She is very, very scared, and it's because she realized that she bit off way more than she could chew with Poindexter. Her little attempt to play top gangster, she thought she could reel in a complete off-the-charts crazy man like Poindexter, and she thought she had him under thumb. Even if she didn't, she thought she had the perfect backup plan to get rid of him when he served his purpose. She never thought he'd go off script. She never thought it'd be a situation where he was out there and not something she could manipulate, right? So seeing the things that she said to Matt's ex, the psychologist, and, the way she keeps looking around, she knows she's being hunted. And it is a long game. Like we heard her say to, what's his name? To Buck, that, what's going on with Poindexter is not, because he was kind of trying to write it off as, oh, he's just a killer and a killer needs to kill. And she's like, if that was the case, he'd be out killing randos. That was never Poindexter. But she's like, no, he's doing this. He's doing it she's like, it's a very well planned out strategic want, right? And so seeing the fact that he's targeting right now the task force, which is something that's directly related to her husband, who he knows she cares a lot about, but also is someone she was looking to take out at one point if he was going to get in her way, that's sending a message to Vanessa, right? Also, it's weakening the ranks of security around her and Fisk, right? Because Fisk uses the task force as his personal security and that for his wife. But the point is, it doesn't even matter. And the reason why Vanessa is really scared is that it doesn't matter how many task force people there. It doesn't matter how good of fighters they are, how strong they are. None of them are bulletproof. So she knows that if Poindexter wants you dead and he's got a gun or a knife in his hand, it's pretty much a wrap for you. Unless you're a Matt Murdock and you can hear that shit coming from a mile away. So she has every reason to be scared. She rightfully should be scared. And I think she feels a certain type of way about it because it was something that she did outside of, the things that her and Wilson usually discuss. And so we'll see how that goes. And the fact that she refuses to kind of tell Wilson that that's really what's troubling her at the moment, she might at some point, but I really love that in season 1, they showed that there's a real dissonance between her and Wilson. Like, I don't think they were ever 100% like, we tell each other everything type of couple, but it was all the more so with his disappearance. And I talked about a lot last season that Wilson disappearing for as long as he did and keeping her out of the loop of where he was and what was going on with him at that time, and even pretending to be something he wasn't. I think Vanessa internalized that as he doesn't truly trust me, which is true. Wilson doesn't trust anybody but himself. So from that point, though, it became very obvious to Vanessa that this man was never going to bring her fully into his inner circle, despite all of his platitudes, right? So again, I just think from that, she just learned to build up her own walls and her own defenses, because I think she knows somewhere deep down in her psyche, in her subconscious, that if it really came down to it, Wilson could choose to let her go. Like, it's very unlikely. But in her mind, I think she figures this man is crazy. I've seen him do a lot of stuff and he cut me out for months. So what happens if he ever decides that he can cut me out permanently, right? So anyway, I just think it's part of the reason why she's holding a lot of this internalized fear she has and, what she's deducing and perceiving about Poindexter from Wilson at the moment. Outside of that, Wilson found out about the videos that are being made by Miss BB, the mocking videos. I love them. They're hilarious. Obviously we know Wilson doesn't do well at being bullied, so he wants it found, but more importantly, he wants to know how is it the video is leaking things that are actually happening that the public should not know about, right? We know that Wilson's been trying to control the narrative of the media and what goes out, and these very important things are getting out there. So like he said, there's a leak in our midst and I need to know who it is. And of course, it should be Mr. Deputy Mayor of Communications that knows what that is. And as we know as an audience, he is the leak. He's not a willing one though. He's not a knowing one, but he is in fact the mole, and it's being exploited through BB. And we saw in this episode, he made dinner for her. I knew where that was going because that's his MO since last season. He'll attempt or pretend like he's doing something nice and then throw the gauntlet down. The difference between this season and last season is that last season he was a lot more ruthless with BB. Like, he was kind of straight up threatening her and being way more imposing. Whereas with this season, with this interaction at the dinner, it was a lot softer, which gives to me that his feelings for BB have increased. Like, he he always liked her, but I think she's been nurturing their connection, obviously, so that he would let his guard down. And he clearly has done that with her. And he does care about her, because I really thought he was just going to kind of do what he did last season. But he's instead was just like, if you're doing this, I just want you to stop, because it's going to blow back on both of us. So he's trying to protect her, which is last season, he was not trying to do that. He would have thrown her to the wolves. But I think that now he actually cares more about her. And, we heard with the last episode with the conversation with her and Karen that she has feelings for him too. Like she said, it's not romantic, but she does care about him a lot. Like, and I think that's kind of, unless you're an actual sociopath, it's very hard to spend time with and bonding with, etc., with somebody that you actually like their personality and not feel like some level of connection to, right? It'd be very hard for BB to not care about him to some degree. And I think she believes that he's being brainwashed right now. That's why he's doing this. And it's somewhat true. Like he absolutely, he doesn't believe all the things that, she's told him Fisk has done, but he knows enough to know that Fisk is dangerous, and he's seen Fisk do really shady shit, but he's able to justify it right now because it's not directly affecting him. Right. So what BB's been trying to get him to see is just because you're not directly affected now does not mean at some point you will be, or you won't be that person. Right. So anyway, there's that. BB now knows that, he's on the, I would say he's not realizing it's her. He can't prove it's her, but he's smart enough to suspect her. And I guess from that point, she had to make the decision of whether or not to continue, which she kind of has to, or to pull back. But like I said, I think the whole point of that I took away is that there is some type of mutual feeling there. And I do appreciate that at least Mr. Lapdog is willing to try and protect BB to an extent. Like I said, that's more than we saw from him last season. But that's kind of there. What else did we have? Yes, we had the revisit of the young Latina girl whose uncle we met last season, the Panther. I can't remember what the name of his character was. It was a while ago. Sorry, guys. But we see that obviously things have not gotten better since her Tio died. And we see now that her and her aunt, they were discussing that, the whole vigilante business. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it Matt? Is Matt really a good person? All these things. And we see that a very simple thing that happens in the bodega where, they're there. They're just going to buy some food. Her aunt sees these kids doing something stupid. She asks them to not do it. And of course, teenagers being petulant as they are at that age, they're back talking. It's a whole exchange. The guy behind the counter, in my opinion, maybe a bit of an overreaction to pull out a shotgun. But, this is all happening. And then things escalate very quickly when the task force shows up and decides everybody in there deserves to get carted away. And it's so sad because, there's a ripple effect of things that could have made that maybe somewhat avoidable. But as I said in the episode, I want to make it clear, the task force is the problem. That was absolutely an overly assertive and aggressive response to what was a minor thing, right? Yeah, it's true the shop owner shouldn't have pulled a gun, but to be strong-arming kids to the ground like common criminals and ready to throw them into a correctional facility that's off the books for attempted, because they hadn't shoplifted yet, for the record. They hadn't left the store, so no crime was actually committed yet. Right? I know the intent was there, but right now, the way our laws work, you can't put someone in jail for putting a bottle in their jacket until they actually attempt to leave the establishment. No crimes have been committed. So anyway, that whole situation was sad, but we see for our young girl there that it's, like I said, they're building her villain or vigilante origin story as we speak. We see the amulet again, so I have a feeling she's going to don that thing at some point. But again, I don't know much about that character. I didn't know last season either. I should have researched. I didn't. But anyway, I'm not sure if the amulet has powers or not. There was no, they didn't really go into it much last season, but we'll see. But yeah, that was kind of what happened there. I do feel sorry for Matt's partner at the firm though, at his new firm though. Poor girl is really stressing out about him, and I get why he doesn't want to endanger her, but homie could at least send her something. I don't know. Especially now that Cherry's out. My poor girl is stressing. But there was that. Also a really wonderful moment actually with the old cops all showing up for Cherry at the hospital. I love that they called out that these task force bitches are just that. You're all talk, you feel like you're something because you've got this corruption behind you. But if it was really fisticuffs, you and me out on the streets, we all know who's going down. It sure as hell ain't the old guys. Those old guys taught you everything you know and then some shit you don't even know yet. But anyway, I love that they kind of rallied to protect their own, right? They really want to make sure Cherry was okay, and they're aware of the fact that he's about to be harassed or potentially worse if he's left alone. So I love that, and I especially love it because Matt just can't be there. Matt can only be in so many places at once, and he can't be watching the hotel and everything else that has to go down. But we see that Matt and Karen, as far as this grand plan, they are still trying to get evidence, prove that, first of all, the shipment was not what they said it was, but also that this the warehouse, the Red Hook, whatever, that's a den of crime, and like they need to do something about it. But we see that there's just no way in. Like it's heavily guarded, and he wants to go in and try to figure out a way in. And I love that Karen's kind of trying to push to him that, Matt, you are good, but you're not that good. And without having any knowledge, any inside, any intel about how to get in, what's going on, what you can expect, it's just foolishness. And I feel like, I know that this show very much centers on Matt and kind of his small bubble of the Marvel world, but like, considering that we've already gotten some pictures just this week of what's being going on with the Defenders, Matt is aware that this is a world of soups. And even in the Netflix version, he came in contact with multiple mutants or enhanced people. So all that to say that Matt should know that even if he can handle the average task force person out here, there could be something far more dark and sinister inside of that actual Red Hook area. And they may not be human, or they may not be of regular strength. So for him to think he'd just go in with a hoodie and a stick, I need him to be a little bit more serious. But anyway, that's kind of where they're at. Him and Karen are very much trying to figure out the best ways to go forward, because they do have a plan in motion, but it's hitting so many snags because they are so alone. But the nice part is, with what's going on, what happened at the bodega, it's showing that despite the propaganda that's being pushed by Fisk and his people that everything's great, the civil unrest is growing, and people are not thriving under this oppressive boot. And they're realizing that the message that's being put out, which is that this task force is supposed to be vigilantes only, but they're taking, as the girl showed in her little video, as BB showed in her video, bodega guy, delivery person, like whoever pisses him off that day, it's starting to click to them that that they're being lied to. Even the people who maybe weren't already aware of the fact that Fisk can't be trusted. So it's growing. And as I brought up in the episode, Fisk naively said, if you take out the vigilantes, you take out the resistance. He obviously has no idea what resistance is really about, because he should know that, yeah, the vigilantes are a symbol of it, and they might carry a lot of weight behind what they do, but all resistances that have ever existed have always been the idea. It's always been about the heart, the idea, the message, and it's often carried by more numbers than you can count. And yeah, there's way more New Yorkers than there are Fisks. And Fisk cannot do anything that he's doing right now or be able to make New York run if the masses decide to disrupt everything. There's not enough of his task force to do that. He can't get away with that. So I do think that, his oppression is actually becoming an what you call kind of like an unplanned ally of what Matt and Karen are trying to do. And, hopefully at some point that'll factor in a way that'll be helpful. But yeah, that's kind of, I think, the stuff with Matt. The parallels between Matt and Karen that they were showing us with Fisk and his wife were interesting. I don't know if they were trying to show that like Matt and Karen have, like the fact that Matt and Karen were looking at justice and ideals in that way, where Fisk and, his girl were talking more about like what happens if we just escaped and lived in peace. I'm not exactly certain what that parallel was trying to show us yet, but maybe I'll figure it out when I have some more time to marinate on it. But yeah, I think that was pretty much all we got this episode. The main things to look at, obviously, is just that it sounds like they keep pushing for some way for Matt to get into Red Hook, because it's very instrumental to what they want to do. And what is Bullseye up to? Quite frankly, what is his game plan? Like, yes, he's hunting Vanessa, but I think it's more than that. And yeah, without us really getting much into his insight outside of him going to that church, which is a very Matt thing to do. I'm almost positive he was asking about Matt's mom. I'm gonna have to look it up and see what her name was in Daredevil, the Netflix one, but I'm pretty sure it was Maggie. So what's going on there? Questions I need to know the answers to. So yeah, another good episode though. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.